Before we begin this episode, we want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and the U.S. and how these countries have and continue to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and we acknowledge that this episode is being recorded on the stolen lands of the Semiahmoo, Katzie, Coquitlam, Kwantlen, Kakai, Sequetmik, Sawasan, Cheyenne, Ute, Lipan Apache, Muskogee, Cherokee, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Coast Salish First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptitties.com/resources. Possible triggers for this episode include occult, gore, vampire stuff, and bees. We're going to start in a very dark room. There's a crate sitting, packed, surrounded by other boxes and accoutrements, various barrels and spice, things that you would take on a ship. We hear the footsteps of somebody walking into the room. They're carrying a method of opening up the crate. With a heave, they open the top, and inside we see a body. Kat, would you please describe what the body looks like?
Oh, crumpled up very awkwardly. I mean, I assume it's not a solo square cube crate, maybe like double that of the length, but
yeah, something you would deliver something valuable in. There's a bit of like hay cushioning you as well.
If not, there's like arms and legs everywhere. Yes, this is a young looking gal. She's in her mid to late 20s. She's got a nice cap on, a hair in a messy ponytail with little tendrils off the side, probably with a couple of pieces of hay stuck in them. And she's got a nice pair of slacks on, nice pair of boots. She's got a holster on her side and is wearing a nice long trench with a vest underneath, button up.
And lodged right about where your heart is, with the shirt moved aside as to not pierce it, is a wooden stake, and you are currently unconscious. The person who had opened the crate puts aside their tool and, with a heave, pulls the wooden stake from your heart, at which point you jolt awake. You are in a lot of pain and very groggy, and in front of you, you see a young man about mid-20s or so, curly hair that's sort of been pulled back, and he's wearing a sailor's cap and what almost looks like a beige jumpsuit. His skin is like sunburnt, but even though he is young, it makes him look a bit older, and he sort of jumps back a little bit when you jolt and kind of looks at you.
Oh, baboof!
Are you all right, ma'am?
What do you mean, am I right? That's pretty contextual, isn't it? You see me? You see what you just shoved out of my heart?
I mean, I've never traveled by such a means. You must be thirsty. We've been telling some of the other passengers that we're quarantining someone sick here, so I did manage to get you a vial of blood. And he holds in front of you a fairly decent-sized glass jar full of, like, thick red blood. And he sort of hands it to you and, like, backs away a little bit, but doesn't seem scared.
Thank you, little guy. I'm assuming we're almost at our destination?
Yes, the captain wanted to talk to you. We're getting close, but I wanted to give you the lay of the land before sending you off.
All right. I appreciate it.
Do you drink the blood?
Oh, yeah.
All right. It's, all right. It does the job. You kind of get back on your feet a little bit. You can feel the aches and pains of travel sort of wash away. And with a little bit of effort, you can close the hole just a bit, leaving a temporary scar.
Man, I know I'm immortal or something, but Jesus. That does not feel like it right now.
My apologies. Do you need help? And he extends a hand to you.
All right. You seem nice enough, sure.
And pulls you out. My name's Thomas. I'm one of the deckhands. I've been charged with receiving you.
Charged with receiving me. Ooh. Try to get me all hot and bothered?
Kind of like pulls his cap down. No offense, ma'am. Please, follow me if you will.
All right.
He slowly leads you through this cargo hold. It's a fairly large size. You saw the ship when you were planning this trip, but not necessarily when you boarded. It's no sailboat. It's more for... It's like a hefty kind of steel ship, and that's very evident in the fact that the cargo hold's made entirely of steel. And as he leads you out of it, he has to open one of those large crank doors and leads you into these tight corridors. You can feel the ground beneath you swaying as you walk, and considering you had just woken up, your sea legs aren't exactly intact yet.
Oof. I stumble. I'll put a light hand on one of the side of the walls while I walk.
Yes, we're experiencing a bit of rough waters coming into port. We should be quiet though. Most of the guests are sleeping, but if they saw a new passenger on board, it might cause a bit of an upset.
I understand. I'll shh.
And you continue to be led down this corridor. You can see through some of the windows on the doors. There appear to be families, single people, and just a whole bunch of different humans that are coming to London. And as you pass one door, you notice that it's slightly ajar, and you can see sort of the flicker of a light coming through it. Thomas doesn't seem to notice.
Can I take a peek?
Sure. How overt are you going to be?
No, it's going to be very light. It's going to be a very light one, like, if I can, just for funsies, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do it, because I don't want any trouble.
Give me a dexterity and stealth roll, then, if you would kindly.
I'd love to. That is 4 successes.
You don't feel yourself right now. Normally you'd be spry and able to approach, but you almost like jut forward a little bit with the ship jerking, and you manage to catch yourself before you land on the door. Peeking through, you see each of these rooms has like bunks, 2 bunks layered on top of each other on each side, and this one has a crate sort of in the middle that has a oil lantern lit, and you can see 3 figures sort of like quietly talking to each other, mumbling something that you can't make out. And just as you peek through, you see another face emerge looking at you and quickly slam the door.
All right. I will keep walking. Did I get a good look at the faces?
They looked rough. There was one person with like a shaved head, and a few other just sort of like nondescript looking humans, people you would probably pass on the street. The one that looked at you seemed the oldest, but it was so quick that you couldn't pick up too many discerning features.
Okay. Anything that I do remember, I'll jot it in my little notebook.
All right. This way, ma'am. And as you follow, he leads you above deck. The first thing that you notice is that the ship is surrounded by fog. As you walk onto the deck, it is slippery underneath, and you look out and you see just the edge of the water lapping up against the side, but the rest is fog as far as you can see. And Thomas begins to lead you along the edge. And he points out near the front, you can see a large figure sort of like leaning up against the railing, looking out into the ocean. That is Captain Bacco. You can introduce yourselves. I must go check on the other guests. It was very nice to meet you. Abigail, right?
That's correct.
Right. Well, I hope to see you off before you leave, then. He sort of, like, tilts his hat at you and walks away.
Nice. I'll appreciate his kindness, and I'll make a little note of him, and I'll add him to my notebook.
Nice.
I'll approach the captain.
All right. As you get closer, you can see that there's a light hanging almost from, like, a overhang near him, and you can make out this, again, very large man. He is both muscular looking and sort of rotund. He has dark skin and a beard that just billows over the front of his very worn sailor's outfit. His skin is, like, cracked around the eyes from age, and he wears a, again, very, like, worn sailor's cap. And before you even get close, he sort of, like, looks over at you, and you can see this shine in his eyes as it catches the light. Well, I've seen that you got yourself up then.
Yeah, Captain. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. I'm pretty used to taking aboard cargo once in a while. But I figured I'd give you a bit of the lay of the land, seeing as things have changed quite a bit, probably since you've gotten on board.
Yeah, and my legs are just starting to get accustomed, yeah.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. You've been on for a few months now, going on 80 days. I got word from some messengers that London's had a bit of a change. Something we weren't really expecting, to be honest.
Oh, what does that mean?
Well, it seems that the Camarilla has all but been dissolved. The kindred prince was killed. Did you happen to read the Dracula novel before getting on?
Yeah, she's gonna lie. She absolutely did not.
Well, it turns out the bloke's real, and turns out he managed to kill the prince. I don't know what's going on with the organization out there, but I'd say that's something you should probably be ready for. You won't have to introduce yourself to the prince, I guess, since he's dead. But you should probably find whoever's in charge now. I got a contact on shore that you should probably see. He might have the lay of the land.
What do I gotta do some introductions?
Normally it's polite to introduce yourself to the prince, but again, I don't know what's going on over there now. What are your plans out there once we get on shore?
Alright, I'm not so used to use folks' fancy customs.
Don't loop me in on those.
I'm just looking for some root, I guess.
Kind of eyes you up and down. Not too sure where you're going then, eh?
Yeah. Let's say I had to leave in quite a hurry, so I wouldn't mind getting some same kind of folks together to have some connections. But I operate alone usually, so
I'd clock you as a Ravnos then. No,
how'd you figure?
no offense, but usually that's the sort of point of view.
Can I tell what he is?
Do you have any discipline
Definitely,
means of doing
probably
so?
no.
Then I would say give me either a wits and investigation or an intelligence and occult.
Ooh, definitely gonna do wits and investigation, baby. Yeah. That is 3 successes.
Occasionally, as he's talking to you, he sort of like cracks his back and like scratches the back of his neck. He seems like nonchalant, and you catch a glimpse in the light, slits along the side of his neck that sort of quiver a little bit, almost like gills.
Ooh.
But you're not too sure what that means.
I have no idea what that means. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy if you want to send me a certain way and give me a little heads up. Anything is appreciated, obviously.
I wouldn't mind doing that for. The ship suddenly rocks,
Ooh.
and you find yourself holding on to the railing for support. And Bacco kind of looks around confused. And it hits again, and you hear scraping coming from underneath. Just this as the ship shakes more. Bacco looks angry almost immediately. Fuck. Thought we'd make it in.
That doesn't seem like a good sign.
Wait here. Don't get yourself in trouble. You see him bend down and pull this long knife out of his boot. Wait here. And he grabs onto the railing and jumps off into the water. And you hear a as he disappears into the fog.
Damn. Yeah, I'm not feeling too risky. I'll see if I can see anything out there, but besides that, I'll be gripping pretty tight onto, or like if there's a rope nearby that would be fastened to a sail or whatever, I would grab an extra hold.
Yeah, you can like position yourself to like grab on as tight as you can. Give me a wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness. All right. That's 3 successes.
As the ship is sort of like shaking once more as it takes another hit, you look over and it's near impossible to see anything. The water is a black pearl to look through, and the fog is sort of like billowing over. You do hear, though, footsteps, clanging footsteps coming up the stairs that you had walked up.
Nice, I hide.
You kind of like duck in. There's not like the captain's quarters, but almost like an area that you can stay under. People would probably, it's like almost like an observation area, and you can kind of duck in there. It's a bit dark, but the lantern that was hanging over the captain is sort of swinging. You spot figures emerging from the door that you had left. They are wearing what looks like robes. It's hard to see through the darkness at this distance, and you're sort of blinded by the light that's hanging above you.
I will stay hidden.
All right. You hear someone call out, "I saw it come up here. Do you have the kid?" "Right. We have to cleanse his waters in the ocean." And you see one of them sort of cut off in the other direction. And coming up from the rear, you see one of the robed figures holding Thomas by the throat, pulling him towards the edge of the ship. In the other hand, you can see what appears to be a ritual dagger.
Oh no. I'll try to, if they're going somewhere, I'll try to stealthily follow.
So one of them cut off in the opposite direction. One of them is sort of walking towards you, sort of like patrolling a bit, and you see two of them. One of them is like slammed Thomas up against the railing and it's like holding the dagger, as the other one almost like reaches out their arms towards the ocean. "The fiend has drank of this man's humors. Let his body's water flow into the ocean where it will be cleaned." And you see the one figure hold the dagger up to Thomas's throat.
Oh man. Okay, knowing what little I know, how do I think my chances are against these people? So I've got my pistol. I could fire off, but I would be really worried about making a scene.
You assume that they are human, in which case you hold a great more amount of power than they do.
All right. Then from the shadows, like assuming I'm still partially hidden, I'll take a shot at whoever is holding the gun. Can I see Thomas?
You can see like his silhouette. Occasionally the light like flashes in such a way that it projects towards him. But they're far enough away that you can just sort of, it just allows you to see their movements.
Can I meet his eyes?
No, he's like looking out into the ocean.
Okay, boom, boom. I'm gonna try and shoot this guy in the head.
All right, go ahead and give me a Dex and Firearms then.
Dex and Firearms. Come on, let's save my new baby boy. That is 5 successes.
Fuck. You duck out. The one that's walking towards you clocks you and like starts. As you take aim and shoot, you see a black splatter from silhouette of blood coming from the head of the cult member that you shoot. They like crumple and fall to the ground, and you hear the of the dagger hitting the deck.
Nice.
As the others turn towards you, the one nearest to you says, "I found the fiend!" And you can see him reach into his robe to grab something.
Oh no, something! Jesus. Yeah, I'll try and do. Let's see. I'm just gonna double check. I feel like I'm going to. Yeah, I'll fire off another shot before I think about using anything else.
All right. As you take aim and recover, you can see that he is now running towards you with a dagger in hand. So go ahead and give me another Dex and Firearm. You are going to automatically get -2 to this, though, because he is in melee range.
Ooh, that's a 5 success, because I got a little star boy in there. Woo, woo, woo.
As he gets up to you, he slashes, which does catch your arm. You take 1 point of superficial damage, but you do manage to shoot him in the shoulder. And the blade sort of slips and clatters to the ground.
Nice.
The one that was standing next to the one that you shot pulls something else out of his robes, and you can hear shots being fired now.
Oh, scheisse. I will yell at Thomas to run, and then I'm also going to try and slip.
All right. Give me a Dex and Athletics then.
Can I use Fleetness? Or
You could activate Fleetness if you want.
I will do that.
Give me a Rouse check.
Yeah. Can you remind me? What do I do for that?
Just roll 1 dice.
1 dice.
1 dice.
Come on, BB. Success!
Nice. You feel everything around you slow as your body begins to speed up with the beast inside of you.
I'll say as well, if I'm running, if I'm at all close enough, I'll try to grab whatever dagger or whatever was dropped.
Ooh, for sure. All right, give me a Dex and Athletics then. So you are basically just grabbing the dagger while trying to avoid getting hit and then ducking away.
Yeah. And Thomas better be a smart little boy, or I swear to God. That is 5 successes.
Ooh. Easily. You swoop down and grab the dagger as bullets are like flying past you, and you duck through the observatory, unaware what Thomas is doing now.
Little bitch.
You can hear the robed figures now taking chase.
I will do the same thing because I feel like I got a pretty good look. I'll try to take cover again and see if I can either ambush or shoot the guy.
All right. Here's what I'll say. As you run, you notice that the further away you get from them, the less you're able to hear their movements. The lapping of the waves and sort of the like ambient dampening of sound from the fog makes it easy enough that as you circle around the ship and begin walking along the long deck, you can catch the other cult member who went in the opposite direction, who was trying to flank you.
Nice.
You can see him sort of like checking his 6 as he's walking, holding one of those similar daggers. And as he catches the light, you can see more of his robes. There's sort of this Victorian-style cape that goes along the shoulders, and these long, almost like duster, but robes. They're pale beige, but they've been stained with like brine up the base. There is a hood, but as you see it like reflect in the light, it's got the sleekness of shark skin. And it's almost like been sliced in such a way that it drapes along the front, and this hood is over their head. As they look back towards you, you duck behind and are hidden as they begin to patrol towards you.
Oh my god, did they skin a shark? That's messed up. I don't know anything, but that's messed up. Furious by the animal cruelty. I'll try and take another shot of this guy.
All right. You duck back out. Give me a dex and firearms. He seems caught off guard.
Nice. 5 successes. Oh my, I'm rolling 5s, baby.
You duck out and with precision hit him square in the head, and he just crumples again.
Nice. I will try to, just for safety, can I activate Silence of Death?
Ooh.
So I'm extra stealthy?
Yeah, go ahead. You are now just a secret agent stealthing along this ship. And you make your way around, and you can see now to your right, along the balcony that you had been led, Thomas holding a dagger with another body in front of him.
Ooh. Saucy, I'll run up to him. Hey, I told you to run!
Ma'am, I'm not about to run when a bunch of our own guests... just as he says that, you hear again as the ship shakes, and he like stumbles a bit and almost drops. You see leaping out of the water a massive shark that lands on the deck. It is gunmetal dark. And you see a bit of like blood pouring off of its side as it begins to like flop a bit on deck.
I'll grab Thomas and try and rush to wherever we are out of shark's way, and also slightly in cover.
As you grab Thomas, he like grabs you back and says, wait, hold on. And as he does, he like points to the shark, and you can see that out of its side, a hand starts to like peel away from its skin as its body begins to transform into the captain. As he sort of like lifts himself back up and cracks his back, he says, what did I miss?
What? You are a shark?
Welcome to London, miss. Kind of like looks down at the bodies. We can probably throw them off deck. And sort of like grabs one by the collar with one hand and just sort of like drags them and flops them over to the side.
Can I take a look at the daggers that they have? Or yeah.
Sure. You can grab the one from Thomas, who's still kind of like shaking. He was sort of like white knuckling the dagger, and as you take it away from him, it's very light. And looking at it, the handle of it and the blade are all one piece. It looks almost like it was carved from bone. But the handle itself is like hollow, so you assume that it's some sort of like fish or something. A large fish bone has been carved into this blade.
I'll walk over to the captain and I'll say, can you tell me what the hell's happening? Or am I done? I think that maybe we should not talk on the deck, maybe?
I think it'll be fine. And he sort of like reaches down, and around one of the cultist's neck is a chain with a large medallion, and he sort of like yanks it off. And you can see on the front what appears to be a like curled up whale carved into the front, and along the edge is writing. And he sort of hands it to you as he like takes the other body and starts hurling it off the side.
Oh, thanks. What's this?
As you look at it, the writing says, "The tides of our devotion bring forth a new era. By the will of Libererdra, the fiends shall be washed away, and we shall be set free."
Oh, that does not sound good for me, because that dude just called me a fiend.
Yeah, I suspect that he was referring to all of us. Well, not Thomas there. Right, old chap? And Thomas is like still sitting there, like his hand shaped
No!
in the form of a dagger. Right, what do we do about 4 missing passengers, sir? And the captain looks over and he says, well, 5. You got the key to the ship in the back around your neck, don't you, son? And he sort of like looks down and, in fact, he has like this single key that's on a chain. He says, well, yeah, but that's to my ship. And he says, are you really wanting to go back out there? No, not really.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And he turns to you and like pops the key off and hands it over. The captain's sort of like talking to you behind Thomas, and he says, you're going to make your way to shore. We're going to say that our quarantined passenger had to get medical care pretty quickly, and we couldn't meet them at the docks. You know how to sail?
Me?
Yeah?
Yeah, I can do anything.
All right. Make your way to the heart of London. There's a building there. The investigators of the Occult and Unusual. My friend Jerry should be there. Let him know I won't be able to meet him. Tell him what happened, okay?
And I tell him what exactly? There was evil rogue peoples with the medallion and your shock, and I don't know.
I suspect that's all he's gonna need to know.
All right.
Tell him I won't be making any more shipments for a while if this keeps up.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Right.
I appreciate you, and I'll keep you in my book.
Keep the ship. If it's been busted up, bring it to me. I'm gonna be in London for a while. I imagine you're gonna want to be on the move before the doom hits.
The Doom?
Yeah, the little kind of like looks at his chest. Before you burst into flames for standing still for too long.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Get going. We're pretty close to the city. You should be able to make it if you follow in our wake.
It's nice to make a friend.
Kind of like reaches out a hand.
Nice, I'll shake it.
All right. Get going.
I will give Thomas a little pat on the back, and then I'll get running. Yeah.
As you run to the back, you can see that the ship has in fact been towing a modest-sized sailboat. It's nothing too large. It's got one single mast that shoots up, and it looks more for personal use. And you make your way on. The key opens the door to the cabin area, and it's sealed off enough that you figure you could probably sleep there if you need to. And
Nice.
after unroping and setting everything up, you manage to follow in the wake of the larger ship. As the fog begins to clear, you can see off in the horizon a large bridge come into view. And slowly, the fog sort of dissipates, and you see rows upon rows of buildings and many streetlights lining the roads. You get closer, and the ship sort of parts away to go onto the bridge, and you head in the directions that the captain had given you to get to the heart of London. And you are now here.
London.
Welcome to Tiddies By Night, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play run entirely by creatures of marginalized genders and presented by Tabletop Titties. My name is Kelly, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. With me, I am joined by the investigators of the Occult and Unusual.
Hello, we are back. I am Charlene Bear. I go by Char. My pronouns are she, they. And on Tiddies by Night, I play Octavia Miller, the Tremere, whose pronouns are she, her.
What an intro. Hello, everybody. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and I am once again playing Evelyn Stormloft, the Nosferatu, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Hey everyone, my name is CasperDaNBGhost. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Belgium Jerry, whose pronouns are floyd me. He's a gangrel.
Ooh, I can't wait to meet him. Hello, my name is Katrina, but you can call me Kat. My pronouns are she, they, but I'm comfortable with any. And I am now playing Abigail Summers, pronouns she, her.
Get the stretch in.
I gotta get ready. Hi everyone, I'm Dare, pronouns she, they, they, and as always, as eternally, I am playing Leon Cavallo, the he, they, they, the Toreador you all adore, who will leave you wanting and desiring evermore. I'm glad to be back, everyone. Char, would you like to take it from here and talk about Sirenscape?
Yes, I would. You know, it's great that Dare elongates their intro. She has such a way with words. And something else that has a way with the musicality of our show is Sirenscape, which helps make our stream more atmospheric. You can use it too at Sirenscape.com. Also, if you're watching live on Twitch, thank you for supporting us. You can actually subscribe with Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch sub a month, and we would be honored if you used it on us. If you do, we've got super cool emotes like Marguerite or the Vampire Bite Me emote, plus 2 new emotes. Horny Jail is here, and you only get access to that if you subscribe, so do it.
Yeah, I love the Horny Jail one. Very useful, especially in this campaign. Oh boy, season 3. Previously on Tiddies by Night, London was rocked by the release of Bram Stoker's Dracula, which was just the latest in a long line of kindred-related media to spark panic in the hearts of mortals. The city was turned against itself, leading to paranoia, deceit, and political upheaval amongst the kindred society. The investigators of the Occult and Unusual placed right in the middle of everything, and their business was acquired by the city's Camarilla. What followed was a year of government work forced upon the IOU to rebuild their brand, but mostly to show off the might and stability of the London Camarilla. This was all flipped on its head when Dracula himself arrived in London to retrieve his long-stolen sword, which held great power and which he believed was being held in the London Chantry by the Tremere. His secondary goal was to shake up the Camarilla by exposing their hypocrisy and by striking a blow at the prince. With the help of the IOU, he managed to track down his sword, kill the prince, and leave the city with everything in chaos. Before the smoke cleared and chaos was able to take hold, the IOU devised a plan to unite the kindred in a community-led political structure. And with a bit of persuasion, they took the first steps in organizing a new form of government. And with no more further ado, let's get into Tiddies by Night. Video, 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 pew, 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 video, video, pew, 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 video, video, pew, 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 video, video, pew, pew, pew.
I want this now.
And we'll get back in once Casper cracks.
Okay, are you gonna count me in on the crack, or just I can crack whenever?
Crack!
Yeah! Sorry to make you hold on to that for so long, but I wanted to do an artsy
I was getting
intro.
30. I was getting thirsty.
Oh boy. Abigail, you managed to dock your ship and head into the heart of London. Through winding streets you travel, following the captain's directions as best you can, and after a bit of a confusing half hour or so, you arrive at a building that could only possibly be the office of the investigators of the Occult and Unusual. Through the window, you can see rather, the window is currently covered, but you can see light sort of shining up against it. And as you approach the door, standing out front, you can hear chatter coming from inside.
Ooh. And why, I might ask, why do I know that this is a building? How is it? Is it fancy? Does it have a big door?
It says investigators of the Occult and Unusual on the front of
It
it.
looks really cool.
But what chatter inside does dear Abigail hear?
I've never made a stampede of horses appear before. That was quite epic, if I do say so myself.
Well, it looked really cool. You sure we can't go back out there and fight them some more?
I would rather not.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Living in the undeath is preferable to the ultimate true death.
All right, let me
Why
get
they're
this
so
straight.
Squishy?
You hit a guy with another guy?
Yeah, and then I took another one and smashed him up against the wall, and it painted it red.
I should probably just get a stamp for that at this point.
Yeah,
We really need more stamps for you.
I'm finding really creative ways of dispatching people.
You do know I don't actually have a stamp for any of this, right? I have a typewriter. It's a new... It's not really that new. Anyways.
Honestly, the stamp would save you writing time.
We should just get stamps.
Hit a guy with a
Yeah,
guy.
you could get one. It could just be one stamp says "Killed by Jerry."
Yes, Jerry work.
Yeah.
Huh, that does sound like a pretty good idea now that I think about it.
Saves you the time and effort.
Yes. Clean up paperwork, wouldn't it?
Efficient.
Abigail, you stand out front as the muffled sounds of this conversation hit your ears.
I'm very confused. Government? All right. And but I hear Jerry, which is great. I'm glad that they're a topic of conversation. And is there a knocker, or can I just use my hand? If there's a knocker, I'm going to use it.
Some
there's-
big fancy one.
Yeah, there's a big, like, doof, doof, doof.
I like a big knockers.
Bonk. Oh, yeah.
Two big
It
knockers.
wasn't me first. I didn't do it first. That's all that matters.
You all...
It appears we have a visitor. Prophet, do go answer the door.
Abigail, you hear scratching on the other side of the door. Shh, 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 shh.
Yeah, I take a step back. I take one step back.
Oi, I got it. Hang on.
One of these days he'll get it.
Yeah, I'm going to sneak off into the other room and like try and pour me a tumbler of gin, and then I'll go to the door.
Can I hear you pour more gin? I don't want to have to clean that up again.
I cleaned it up as I open the door with a bottle in my
Cleaned
hand.
up the rest after I cleaned up most of it.
As the door is open, you hear ding, 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 ding. And Casper, would you please describe the man standing in front of Abigail?
You see like this 6-foot-something bald black man with a new bowler hat, a fancy new vest, might have some blood stains on, definitely has some blood stains on it. I changed it. And he's got a glorious mustache, and his fangs are covered with like gold plating. Not trying to hide it at all. On each one of his meaty ass hands, he's got a gigantic ring. And you can tell like the whole vibe of his outfit is of the Belgian flag. A lot of black and reds and like gold highlights.
Nice.
Oi, who are you then?
I don't know if I'm in the right place. No, I'm in the right place.
Who are you looking for?
I am looking for a Jerry.
Oi, it's your lot. I'm a Jerry.
All right.
Hey, come on in. It's rude.
All right.
Miss Imogen wouldn't want me leaving you out on a stoop. Come on.
I reluctantly come in. Is there a dog though? Does a dog greet me?
Yeah, standing at. Would you like to describe the dog standing at Jerry's feet?
Yes, a black Labrador bloodhound mix. This quite large black dog with long floppy ears is wearing a dark brown leather collar that has a red gemstone at the center. His snout is like quite long. His eyes are very kind, but they are a dark red rather than a brown. And he can't help but wag his tail when he greets you. And you can also see that he's got a harness on, like a makeshift harness from being a seeing eye dog.
Would I know that this dog is a bloodhound?
Give me an intelligence and occult real quick.
Oh no, intelligence and occult. I'm rolling 2 dice right now.
It'd be very impressive if you got a 5.
0 successes.
You know that it is a bloodhound, the dog breed.
Nice. It is a nice doggy.
It's a cute big doggy.
It is probably about the size and weight of me though. Abigail is like 5 foot nothing, nil, which helps her be fast, but not exactly be sturdy against a big dog. So I'll appreciate from afar.
Oi, Prophet, let her in the door.
Ooh, nice doggy. I think I'm supposed to be here to see, I don't know, what are you guys, the mayors of London? You the vampire mayors? Can I say that out loud? I'm a little new to this.
Hang on, I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah, I will state that as Jerry just opens the door after we fight the Inquisition, I definitely go Cloak of Shadows, corner of room, mask down, like ready to fight, and then start to calm down and will come back out.
Before I close the door, I want to take a peek. Just like a quick peek out there to see if there's anybody following her.
Wits and awareness.
Damn it. You know I don't have those.
That is smart, though. Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Always on the lookout for a good fight.
Oh, that's why. I'm
Not
not
even
trying to be
like,
smart.
oh, is
just
she
trying to
safe?
look
It's like,
for-
is there anybody to punch?
Good fight.
Ooh, since I am doing this for fighting, can I add my hopelessly addicted to fighting roll?
Sure.
Yeah. 5 successes.
I'm not gonna let you do that all the time because I feel like
know.
Jerry's in a constant state of wanting to find a fight.
Yeah.
I know, but I actually went out of my way instead of just closing the door to see if there's a fight.
You see,
I'll take
this street is like not one of the more crowded streets, but you do see like pedestrians walk off in the distance and stuff. It is starting to get close to dawn. So people are like, there's weird people that wake up too early are walking around. But you don't see anybody like mysteriously following Abigail or anything.
Like close the door.
Abigail, as you pass Jerry, you instantly clock the layout of the room with your speed. Inside is a large 2-story office with an interior balcony along the far wall. The decor is dark and sophisticated with accents of red and purple. It smells flowery, but at the moment a strong scent of burnt flesh and blood fill the air. There is a short hallway to the left that leads to an open parlor room in which you can see an unlit fireplace and a few chairs. To your right is a seating area that ends with a large wooden desk, currently occupied by a surly-looking older woman with gray hair pulled tight against her scalp, smoke billowing off a lit cigar in her hand. Behind her is a wall of drawers and cabinets. Along the far wall on the first floor are 2 doors. The left one looks mysteriously dingy despite the surrounding room's well-kept nature, and the one on the right is slightly ajar and seems to lead into a large library. Above it on the balcony, you can see another door that you assume leads to the same room. Along the balcony, there are a few more doors, one of which catches you at a strange angle, and you almost have to like squint a little bit to notice it. And standing amongst the room, scattered a bit as they talk, and one of which emerging from the shadows is a collection of individuals who have just greeted you into their office. Starting with Shaw, what does Octavia look like?
Ooh. Right now, you see Octavia is currently bandaging her hands. 2 of her fingers have been severed. She's wearing a navy blue dress that's got a bit of padded shoulders. She's cinched to the gods. Her titties look amazing. Blue bob, large glasses, and behind them her eyes are completely white due to cataracts. And on her waist, she's also got like a big leather belt that's full of these different pouches and odd intricacies that sort of give her a steampunk vibe. And Prophet sort of like quickly goes back to her side, and she instinctively grabs his harness.
Off in a corner, emerging from the shadows, Rachel, would you like to describe Evelyn?
Yes, emerging from said shadows, you see a very, very slender, almost no meat on them bones, tall figure appear. Feminine in build still. A very, very long, matted, almost, I would say, even for this time, it's dated hair. Like she's been around for a while. Very long, almost touching the floor. As was the hairdo of the time that she was a part of. And she is wearing a nice for a Nosferatu jacket and dress pants, and has a cane with a raven skull on the top of it, as she also pulls up what looks like a plague doctor's mask to reveal her less than gorgeous appearance. And I think she will kind of cock her head to the side and go, an American.
Holy
Welcome.
shit! Crap. I don't know.
As you stumble back, Abigail,
chuckle.
you're caught off guard by the sound of retching right next to you as the man who invited you in throws up on the door.
Jerry!
Sorry, where does he throw up?
On the door, you see blood
Okay.
stains the wood of the door as he sort of retches and then takes a second shot from the
I
glass
think I
he's
look
holding.
at Leon at this moment and I'm like, somebody needs to take that gin away from him. Where? On life.
Leon is pinching the bridge of their nose as he looks at Jerry. Just do the rat method. We've established that would work. I don't get it.
You hear this.
Adding an extra step, bro.
Would you please describe Leon for us there?
As they're face palming.
In this state of consternation, you happen to see a very thin but decently tall vampire. His skin is black. His hair is nicely put back and like almost sort of braided. He is wearing a well-made black and purple dress coat. The whole fancy, a very fancy lad in general. Simple but elegant black dress pants, and then unnecessarily some nice heeled boots. It doesn't matter what time of the day. It doesn't matter that they're inside. Leon's gonna wear them. As they just sort of sigh deeply at Jerry with the type of look you only give to someone you both love deeply and are concerned for at all times. We could just marinate them over during the day. That would save you so much time.
No, because then it gets hair in my mouth, and no, I don't want that.
I don't understand. Just use your teeth. I don't. What?
I feel like while this is happening, I think Abigail like slowly kind of starts to see if she can walk out of the room, like regretting this decision, being like, okay, maybe the captain didn't know what was going on here. And I don't it's fine. I'll just like hide the shadows and like, it's fine. But then seeing the vomit blood all over the door, she like kind of just stops and goes, okay, I'll just keep nodding at the interactions that are happening as Jerry's being chastised.
I'll clean it up, Miss Evelyn, I promise.
Better.
Yeah, I'll clean it up.
What brings you here? You
Yes.
knew the name Jerry, but don't seem to know the creature before you.
Hey, right, how you know my name?
Yeah, I'm a little new to all this. I was on a boat. I just came from New York, and I was recently chatting with the captain, whose name is Baco. You know that guy?
So, a little bit tipsy. This name sounds familiar.
He's a shark guy. Do you know a shark guy?
Oh, I don't know. No, yeah, probably, yeah. I spent a lot of time at the docks. Yeah.
Yeah. I got informations.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah.
So
go on then. Wait. First of all, what's your name?
Oh, apologies. Oh my god. And Abigail still not really knowing like what the custom is here for like these
Mayors.
London, vampire political party. I'll just do my lieges. I'll do a little bow. Of course. My name's Abigail Summers. And
I'm Belgium Jerry.
Belgium Jerry. All right. Nice to meet you.
He's gonna grab your hand as daintily as possible. Which actually he's pretty good at, having practiced with like other people who are just tiny. So he shakes your hand. It's pretty solid, but yeah.
Nice. All right.
He doesn't crush you.
Nice. I will like put my hand out to anybody else who wants to shake my hand, minus maybe Evelyn. I'll give her another bow.
I feel like I'm like, I wouldn't put you through that, my dear. My name is Evelyn Stormloft, and it is a pleasure to meet you. I apologize for the circumstances that you have shown up for. I kind of look at Jerry for the puke on the door again.
Were you on the ship? What was I expecting you?
I don't know if you was expecting me, but
Baco's the bloke who does the drop-offs, didn't right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with me? Drop-offs? I look around at the door again.
I also look like Jerry. What dog activities do you get up to?
No, am I like a foreign meat to you?
No.
Do vamps eat other vamps?
No, you're undead. You're not going to be
usually.
eaten.
I'm not tasty, right?
What I meant was, so I met this bloke, Baco, a couple days, weeks, I don't know, a time ago, and he is a ship captain, and he delivers new kindreds to the docks. Yeah, kind of like a smuggling up thing. He was supposed to come in tonight, wouldn't he? Where is he?
Oh, yeah. So, I just, and I think Abigail kind of like, after being like so shell-shocked of the general hubbub of this room, remembers that like she has to survive in this new world that she's in. So we'll start to be a little coy. Yeah, he's a friend. And, we had an interesting altercation, if you will. I want you to know that, I may be kindred, new, young, but I got uses too.
Right, yeah. What kind of altercation you mean? And if you're a friend of Baco's, of course you're a friend of mine. He puts like a heavy drunk hand on your shoulder, and
Which means you're a friend of all of us.
kind of pulls you in.
So, a little thrown off by how friendly this lady with white eyes is, but I'll roll with it. And also Jerry, who's now I'm expecting to invite me drinking in a couple of minutes. Okay, and I'll lose like half of the coyishness. We were on the boat and there was some nasties on there. They had some robes on and they were coming after us fiends, if you know what I mean.
You since you're like pulled into his chest, you hear like this deep like rumble, kind of like a growl, and you see his eyes go from kind of foggy, very tipsy gold to like a more sharp and kind of like rimmed in red.
Oh, sorry, Kelly, do I have the cult medallion still?
Yeah, Baco just handed it to you. You'd probably also
Nice.
have the dagger unless you
Nice.
left it.
Yeah, I'll keep the dagger for now, but I'll pull out the medallion. Say they was carrying this. I don't know if you know anything about it. Baco seemed to think you would.
I take it. I recognize it as like something shiny that was on the bodies that I smashed together, but I show it to Miss Evelyn and Leon, who would know more about it.
I'm assuming it's this Inquisition. That's would it be? Yeah. I just
I was
look
thinking
like,
it wouldn't have been. Damn.
we're-
I mean, I can take a look at it and
Yeah,
we can assess.
Miss Octavia, it says the tides of our devotion bring forth a new era. By the might of Ridra, whatever.
Who that is?
The fiends shall be washed away, and we shall be set free.
Would I recognize that as being Inquisition?
Give me an intelligence and occult.
I'm also gonna roll it.
All right.
And I might as well.
I've been studying in my occult just for this.
I whisper to Abigail, Miss Octavia can't.
Oh, I
you
lost the
got
end of your
cut out.
sentence.
Oh, Miss Octavia can't see is what Jerry was telling Abigail.
What? What do you mean you can't see? How do you do anything?
She gets along pretty well.
We are vampires. Is that real? It's fine.
I don't.
You hear
You are
Prophet
undead.
like growl at you.
I didn't.
And then,
mean
like,
to
stomp a
buy
foot.
it.
Oi! She's American. Leave her alone.
I got
Yeah.
3.
I got 2.
5. I know things.
Both of you together equal Miss Octavia.
I'm
We
learning.
nailed it. We're like working together to figure it out, and Octavia just figures it out on their own. Or something. I've heard that from somewhere.
Evelyn, it sounds like some Inquisition rambling bullshit.
Yeah.
Leon, it's like, it's got a little bit more flavor to it than the regular Inquisition. It's got a little bit more spice than just, we got to kill the vampires for God. Octavia, you have never heard of this in a way that you are sure that it hasn't existed. This is something new.
It certainly isn't our dear friends, the Inquisition, or at least if it is, something quite separate part than the branch that we've been dealing with. I have no knowledge of this.
Yes, whoever they are, they at least have a sense of panache, and I do appreciate that, but seems like it might be a little bit of a threat.
But perhaps we can gather a bit more information from this. Come. And I turn and walk to my seance room.
I will take one last look at the door and then continue into the room.
You hear from the far right of the building, "My name's Marguerite. I work here too, if that matters."
Oh, hey, I'll give her a bow as well.
Yeah, yep.
She's got really good gin.
If any of us are a liege, it would definitely be Marguerite.
Marguerite, that's a fancy ass name.
Thanks. It's nice to recognize another Yank.
Yank, ooh. Yank, ooh.
All right. She takes like a swig of her gin.
I mean, can you understand what these guys say half the time?
I paraphrase when I take notes.
All right, cool. Does it get easier?
Nope, but you do
All
get
right.
drunker.
Do I know if she's a vamp or not?
She either incredibly good at downing whiskey or no.
But I don't know if I know about. I don't think Abigail's had even tried to drink since being turned.
Give me a quick intelligence and occult just to see how that go.
We know how this is gonna go. I'm never gonna know anybody, whoever anybody is ever. One success.
She's a presence for sure, but you're
All right.
not sure what she is.
I'll just continue to believe that she's the boss, and I'll give her another little bow. Head out of the room. I like her.
She tips her
Abby.
glass.
Nice.
Would you like a glass? I could get you one.
I am okay for now. It's been a bumpy ride.
Also, did you eat any of the other people who were like attacking you?
No, should I have?
I mean, I do whenever I get a chance.
I am still not quite used to that part. I have other means at the moment for hunting, but I will remember that next time, I guess.
That's cool.
If
Very
they're evil,
new then. You said, how new are you?
that new. I feel like I haven't been around as many vamps as I have even today alone. Jeez, the whole building of vamps. I haven't been immersed in the culture. Coda what now? Wait.
Coterie.
Your first gang, love. She's asking if you had a gang before.
Well, I had a gang, but they ended up being no good. Hence why I'm here.
Oh, well, if you need the London Welcome Tour, do not hesitate to ask. I can personally do my best to show you all the sights, sounds, and the feeding pit. You'll love the feeding pit.
The feeding pit? What the?
Leon does know the who's who and the what's what of this entire city.
If you need culture and if you need a place to eat, that is what I can do.
Listen, I got a nice little book here, and I'd like to know who's who for sure.
If you need to go far, you can come to me. I find them all the time.
Oh, I'm more of a lover than a fighter, and
Yeah. You'll be hanging out with Leon then.
I got this little, and I'll flash my pistol, and I'll say she's just here just in case.
Right, yeah. Do you shoot the blokes that was with you then?
I did my best.
Are they human? Is what I'm trying to ask. There's a lot of questions to get to this point.
Yeah. They had some, you know.
Yeah, then whatever they are shouldn't be too much of a problem then, now, would they?
Not for Jerry, no.
The Baco guy seemed to think that they might, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
If they prepared for us, it can be a problem.
But I don't know. He was also, in the water. He was swimming and doing a shock thing. I don't know.
He does that. Is
there something in the waters over here? You guys got a big old squid or something?
No. He likes sharks. It's his favorite animal. I can turn into a giant wolf when the mood calls for it.
The what?
Yeah. Miss Octavia's waiting for us. Let's go. He steps behind you and kind of like herds you to her.
all right. Heal. All right.
We'll show you the ropes of London. Don't worry.
And by the time that you all arrive, you see that a large table has been set up. The room itself, the seance room, is like filled with draperies along the walls. It's very like Haunted Mansion Disney film-esque in here. Typical like, ooh, ghosty, ooh, occulty. But yeah, a big center table, quite round, that has a heavy tablecloth over it. At the center is a large pillar candle with a few smaller ones on either side that are lit. But the table's large enough that you shouldn't feel any fear approaching it. And at each seat is a different pillar crystal, and you can decide where you would like to sit.
Abigail.
What? Oh, sorry,
Give me a willpower roll.
Oh,
That's what I have left on my thing. Let's see how this goes.
Which does reset every
Yeah.
session.
Yeah, I think I only have a small amount.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's 2. But
Um,
it's 2 out of, it's 66.66%.
It's good. As you step through the threshold, you it's almost like when you're sleeping and you drop and you suddenly wake up. It's just that weird sudden lurch as you step over the threshold. But then it passes as if nothing happened.
Ooh. What color are the crystals? Each crystal?
To be.
Mhm.
I read your lips, and that was whatever I want it to be, which is
Yeah.
awesome. That's spooky as hell. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'll go at whichever one is yellow.
Does everyone else enter as well?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Oh yeah, kind of have to herd her in there. So
Does anyone close the door, the last person when they get in?
yes, I will close the door.
Yeah.
You would all be used to this, but the moment you close the door, it's as if the world around doesn't exist. It's like being vacuum sealed in this room.
Do my ears pop?
Man, I'm not about to get into the discussion of vampire equilibrium. So let's
yeah.
That would be
say
a sick movie, though.
I got an inner ear thing, it's a character thing. I've been to the NT.
so let's say no, because there's oxygen's not flowing through your body.
All right.
And it's at this point that Octavia takes her hands and puts them on the table as if for all of us to join hands. And everyone focus. Let's see if we can find any information about our new friend.
I'll grab hands, but I'm still super weirded out at how the hell I'm here. I guess I would kind of know what a seance is, so that's the best that I can assume that this is. But this lady with white eyes who can't see, I'm assuming is about to speak to ghosties, and I say a little prayer before I hold hands, but I am keeping my eyes open. I'm watching everybody.
Yeah,
We've got another one. Imogen would be so proud. After I hear her say a little prayer underneath her breath.
Jerry leans over. Is like, it's not that bad. It don't hurt either.
So are you
That
going?
makes it very ominous.
Are you going to attempt a premonition then?
Well, we have the actual item. So first I'm going to do well, it's up to you, but I have 2 things I want to do. I want to do Spirit's Touch to learn more about the owner of the item, and then I'm happy to do a premonition as well. So whichever order you think is better.
You can do a Spirit's Touch. Let's go ahead and start with that one.
All right.
Now I know what that is, but would you be so kindly to explain it to the rest of
It's
the
explained to everybody else that doesn't know.
Explain it to Jerry because he doesn't know.
Class.
Now, as we all focus on this medallion, we should be able to gain a bit of insight into the previous owner, their disposition at the time that they lost this object, and perhaps a bit of their plans, depending on how connected we are. And I have to roll intelligence plus aspects versus a difficulty roll set by you for
All
the
right.
type of info we're
me-
looking for.
Give me one rouse first. Because it does say one rouse check.
Oh yeah, it is a rouse check. I tried to get away with that for free. It's a 10! What a waste of a 10, but it's okay.
All right. Give me an int and aspects. We'll call it a 4, since this has been very much touched by someone recently and events have occurred around it.
Well, I did get 2 10s already, so there's a 4,
What?
5, 6, 7.
Oh my gosh.
She sees your 4.
As Abigail, you see everybody else very comfortable with this process, and as you sort of look around, the new person at the party, suddenly the room around you begins to turn black, as if the lights are just slowly being turned out on the edge and coming closer towards you, until finally the table is the only thing standing in the middle of this black void. And you begin to hear the sounds of the ship again, the one that you just heard like not an hour before. The table is suddenly gone, and it's the five of you standing where you were when you looked through that door. The rest of you are seeing this for the first time, and Octavia, you can feel the presence of people around you, the creaking of the ship. And you were aware that because Abigail was technically the last person to touch this, that the vision is like being projected out of her experiences. But you hear soft whispering that Abigail didn't. And they're repeating that mantra over and over again. And all of you can now see, sitting in this room are these three individuals over this crate with this lantern that is flickering light across the room. And occasionally you catch glimpses of shining, like something shiny on the wall, almost like it's painted. Octavia, you smell immediately that it's blood, but it's not human or kindred. It's fish blood. It's got that briny, sort of like salty smell to it. And as they keep chanting this mantra over and over, you can feel below you almost like a pressure building up. It's like the ground is becoming inflated. But it's not the ground, it's the water below you, below this ship. The space is being pushed aside as something takes presence underneath. And suddenly the vision ends, the door slams as a figure looks at all of you. And you're back in the IOU.
Well,
Won't
it
want that
definitely
drink now.
seems like those friends of yours are up to no good.
Oh, anybody else see that fancy little symbol on the wall?
It was made out of fish blood. What did it look like?
It's,
Whoever would like
Anyone, not just the drunk one.
anyone who would like to can give me an intelligence and occult. You had seen it.
I will attempt. I'm doing very badly with this, so I'm going to rouse for the scene to try to add some extra dice because I am curious by all of this.
I got a 1.
Okay. We can add an extra couple of dice and not get any more hungry, which is nice. That's 4 successes. Much better than the measly 2 I got before.
It was a bit tough, Leon. The light made it pretty inconsistent to see. You caught glimpses, but it was hard. Evelyn, you're used to like looking through the darkness and spotting things. And it was very aquatic inspired, not runes. Like it didn't look like a language. It looked more like a shrine painted on the wall, almost like a depiction of some great whale or something done up in a like very fanciful, aspirational way.
Aspirational whale.
Aspirational whale.
Solo poster. That's just like a whale. Just like, I believe in you.
That's the name of my first album. Aspirational Whales.
With that, knowing what she saw, she will tell Octavia, well, it didn't seem like any language that I've ever seen, but they seem to be worshipping some aquatic creature of some sort and made a bit of a mural or shrine for it.
Would all recognize the language, Storyteller?
It was English. They were reciting the mantra that's on the medallion.
But the actual...
I'm talking about the rune.
The runes,
Oh,
though.
they weren't runes. They were just, it was like a painting of
Just an aspirational whale.
Yeah, it was like a depiction of a grand whale-like figure with like filigree around it, basically.
Mm,
Whoa. I's really confused. Did you just see what I saw? Was that?
Yes.
yeah.
A vision that's Octavia and Leon kind of are in this thing, right, where they can see things, and Octavia is very good at bringing us into them. Leon, I don't know if we know if Leon's gotten there yet.
I
Out of
mean,
character?
I'm in practice.
Yeah. Leon is a protege, perhaps? Of
Yes, I've been
Octavia's?
trying to, I've been trying to get a little bit better under Octavia's tutelage.
Storyteller.
Yes.
In Jerry's youth, he kind of ran around with a bunch of natives from various cultures. And he spends his time in a library. So, can I recognize this from a research aspect? Not an occult aspect. Very clearly not occult.
In a research capacity.
So I'll say that the attribute will be intelligence, but you can tell me which skill you'd like to use, and that'll sort of define what information you get.
Okay, intelligence plus melee. No,
You remember punching a big ass whale? Let's call it more on the academic side of things.
yeah, I was gonna actually do academics because I can't figure out a way for me to spend this as a investigative role, because that would have given me like 1 extra die. All right, how's that 1 success gonna do for me?
I mean, you know of like cultures that like use whales and like sort of worship them in that regard, but not in this sort of like eerie kind of way. This is like more deifying a dangerous creature.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about whale sharks.
I will say when they had that kid, and I'll pull out the dagger and I'll say they were holding on to this and saying something about the fish thing had tasted his blood, and then they were gonna throw him into the ocean, but after that I just started shooting because I didn't want that sweet little boy to get
Like a sacrificial killing?
That's what it
perhaps?
sounded like.
Yes.
Can I recognize this dagger?
I'll say no. Going off that roll, it is.
That's
it's
absolutely fine.
a
I'm very
dagger
drunk.
made of a large fish bone.
I will put it out and I will hand it to Octavia, and I'll just be like, use something else. If I don't know what else you seem to like the objects.
I do.
Okay, and I'll hand it to her.
Although, perhaps, Leon, since you have been exercising your skills, this may be an anchor for us all with a premonition.
I will certainly do my best.
Boy, look at you, little Leon.
I'd
Go
like
on,
to
then.
use a premonition if I could.
All right, give me a resolve and auspex. The difficulty will be lower because you have 2 objects associated with what you're trying to premonize.
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 All right, dice, like me for a second. Oh my gosh, they actually do. That was 3 out of 4. That's not bad. That's a solid percentile.
Give me a willpower as well.
I forgot. And let me add a willpower.
Oh, and then once you roll willpower, roll 1 less.
Yeah. That was 3 already, and then that's 6 total now.
Okay, and then go ahead and give me that willpower.
And then with my willpower, that is 3 out of 3.
All right, you focus on these objects using the training that you have acquired thus far, and you feel yourself slip, as if something is like tugging on your feet, and you manage to hold yourself in your chair, and it tugs again, and you manage to resist it enough. But all of you, immediately, the room goes black, the table disappears, and you feel yourselves soaked underwater. The pressure sort of pushing up against your bodies. And you are in total darkness. And that's where we're going to go on break.
Giddy. Have you heard of PinUpCanada.com? This fantastic Vancouver local shop offers the best selection of pinup clothing right to your door. With inclusive sizes ranging from extra small to 6X, each item has been handpicked and carefully curated by owner and former pinup model Jen Kaboom. At PinUpCanada.com, you can find retro swing skirts, dick-shaped soap, vampy wiggle dresses, glorious purses, and more. Seriously, at least half of my wardrobe is from this amazing independently owned shop, which ships Canada and US wide. Don't delay. Follow them on Instagram at Pinup Canada and visit PinUpCanada.com to find the perfect retro outfit and risque homewares today.
We love Elderwood Academy's mission to make people happier with their gaming, and we love their customization options for their fantastic products. Elderwood Academy offers gaming-themed gear including spellbook dice trays, dice boxes and towers, and other enchanting RPG supplies. The Tiddies all received amazing hex chests to store our dice. These handcrafted hex chests are made of top-grade solid hardwoods and feature magnetic enclosures and a sculpted beehive interior to hold your dice in style. Shop today at elderwoodacademy.com. That's ELDERWOOD academy.com.
Hello, folks. It's Sara here to remind you that you can influence our games by supporting us on patreon.com/tabletoptitties. It's only on Patreon that you can gain access to unique polls that control elements of both our Dungeons & Dragons show as well as our Vampire the Masquerade campaign. What spell scrolls await in a dungeon's treasure chest? Should the guest PC be kind or disgusted by the coterie? You decide. You can also create your own magic items to be featured in the games, and it's the best way to support the show. All of this and more can be found at patreon.com/tabletoptitties. And remember, whenever we say tabletop titties, it's with double D's.
You have all taken a dip now into Leon's frozen. I know you're not frozen. You can't get away with that anymore.
They keep getting away with it.
I'm gonna keep trying.
We know you're trickster.
This premonition feels different. I don't want to say like untethered. Let's call it unrefined for now. You don't feel as stably connected to what is going on, but you do feel submerged in this water. And you feel lost. Is anyone trying to do anything?
Find the freaking top of the water. I don't like it. Not fun.
You begin to swim up, Jerry, and it feels like you are. And as a vampire, you don't need to breathe, so it's not a problem of drowning. But as you swim up, your hand brushes up against something, and it pushes you with such force that you start to like spin a little bit and slowly stop in the water as this pressure has pushed past you off into the darkness.
Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Anyone else?
Can I still feel people's hands?
Not Jerry's now, because Jerry has tried to swim up, but you can feel the people that you were holding to, unless one of them was Jerry.
I think I'm just gonna try to. Oh, sorry. Continue.
But you are like you feel like you're floating underwater.
I just want to kind of try to get my bearings and look around if I can to see if I can see anything. I will have my mask. I will put my mask on and do like see in the dark goggles.
As you put your goggles on, you immediately regret it.
Oh.
You see this wall of flesh swimming past you. It is rough, and it is this dark gray, and you can see patches of almost like decay along its body, and it is enormously large as it swims past. You can't see where it ends on either side. And as you look down, you start to recognize shapes. You see the top of a clock tower. You see a bridge. You see the streets of London below you. And you can make off faintly in the distance floating bodies all around the city.
Oh no. Well, that's not good. All right, Leon, I would like to come out of this anytime.
Yep, I know how to do that.
This sucks.
Do I know how to get us out of here?
Give me another willpower.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Sorry, guys. One-way trip.
There's a
Okay.
giant whale, and
I
we
did
are.
get 3 again.
You feel this pressure as well, Leon, as like it feels like a massive tail has just hit you in your side, as everybody is crying out to be pulled out of this premonition. And you've never been in this position where you've been this deep into one before and unable to get out just by loosening your hold on it. As you struggle in this space, the pressure of the water on your body, you see now this large skin come towards you as you close your eyes and feel the fabric of the table under your hands. You all awake, but everybody notices that you feel heavier. And Octavia, you immediately hear the drip, drip, drip of water on the floor below you as you're soaked from head to toe.
Quickly, arms off the table, real mahogany, everyone.
What does that even mean?
Mahogany, it's a type of wood. We don't want to warp it. It's very important.
Oh,
I thought this was like aftercare for a premonition, not don't mess up the
It's mahogany.
Just gotta not aftercare at all.
This is a bitch to replace.
I thought it was a safe word or something.
Jerry's gonna stumble away from the table, soaking wet, and immediately try and leave this room.
Fair.
I think Prophet does the like full body dog shake, so everyone just gets wet fur bits on them.
Prophet was there too with the premonition?
I mean, you wouldn't be able to see Prophet. It's like darkness. And you smell this like wet dog that kind of smells like sulfur a little bit. And Jerry, as you open the door, it's like feels depressurized as you open. And you're able to see the light of the IOU office.
Oi! Miss Margaret,
Yeah.
pour me another,
God.
please.
We don't need you getting drunk and dealing with the water situation.
Anybody else see that?
See what?
Yeah, big dark shadowy thing pushed me in the water.
Okay, so you did see the big dark shadowy thing.
Oh,
like
no,
that?
I felt it, Miss Evelyn, and that's why I need another drink.
Okay, well, let me describe to you what I saw, since clearly nobody else.
I actually
Ryan.
did see it.
You did? Okay. Yes, I mean, I don't know how your premonitions work. Don't play jokes with me in this moment.
I'm just being an asshole. I'm sorry.
I understand you're very upset about the mahogany. I understand, but this is not the time.
Do you guys have towels?
I don't know if we ever thought we would need them.
There's some linen downstairs.
We have towels.
Yeah.
I'm here.
The amount of
Miss
times you're
Imogen
covered
would've had
in
some.
stuff.
London was underwater.
What?
We were
Right.
in the sky. I looked down and I saw the clock tower and bodies.
Yeah, can you make that too, Miss Margaret?
Yep, I got
Hey.
2 drinks now and a bucket.
Beauty. Any of you want anything?
I
should have
don't
never
want to
come
swim
here.
for the rest of my death.
Oh my god. I thought I was leaving New York because I had some shadies going on. And that's nothing compared to the whales and the guys in the whale cloaks and with the daggers in the ocean.
Oi, you can't be complaining. You're the one who brought this to our doorstep.
Well, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to upchuck on the door. But that's a mess I'm going to clean up now, isn't
Alright,
it?
well, to be fair, that
Look at
would
this
have
mess
been
you get to
readily
clean up.
preventable.
Not the
How?
point, Leon.
How do we clean up?
Well, investigate is in the name now, love. Welcome to the club.
You did mention a notebook earlier. What is your profession, if I may ask?
Oh my god, is my notebook soaking wet?
Oh no.
That's up to you. There are ways that you could have it like in a pocket that's waterproof if you would like. I don't want to be mean and like immediately destroy.
All your stuff is
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the only people that would be in it would be who I've met so far.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, also New York gets kind of rainy too, so you'd probably have.
yeah,
like-
yeah, all right,
I
all
think
right.
you're good.
I'll check it. And I'll go. Well, I actually do a little bit of this stuff at home too, but I don't know if we do the exact same kind.
Investigating is investigating, love.
Yeah, but usually it's
Journalist of
on
some
like
sort?
a broad cheating on a husband.
Oh, wait. Is that the sort of thing you cover?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually need to hear stories now.
Yeah, you get paid good money too. What do you guys get paid with?
Well, blood, first of all.
Oh, right. Damn.
Also, these nice digs. Oh, until we uprooted the government, and
Yeah.
now we've got territories. I should check on that.
Yeah,
They
what
didn't
is
re-
the...
they
Do
didn't
we
take
get
our-
paid anymore?
We still, when we take cases, we do get our coin.
True.
So
Marguerite keeps track of our books for us.
do we gotta go to war with the fish people?
I like the sound of that.
Because
No,
you're,
no, 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 no,
you're,
no, no, no,
you're the
no.
government? You're
No.
the mayors?
It's
No.
more complicated than that. It's become a lot more complicated. We're trying to make it less complicated.
Right, no, we are the mayors, though.
No,
Not
we're
in
mostly
charge.
the go-betweens between several of
Did
the
you get-
different...
We're
Did you-
trying something new.
Did you get voted in? Did you murder the last guy? Was there?
We didn't murder
We
the
didn't
last
murder
one.
him.
Oh, that's what they all say. That's
No,
oh.
no, it was Jerry's boyfriend who did it.
I don't got a boyfriend.
You
We...
You
do.
really think you think he's my boyfriend?
I don't think it, but I could tell that some people in this room hope it would happen. And I'm
Wait,
just rooting
look,
for you,
you're
is
the
all I'm
only
going
one-
to say.
Hey, you're the only one who's coupled up in here, right? You two don't
Oh, I don't do
have
that.
people. Okay, cool. I met your dad, but I don't know if you've got.
You don't know what I'm doing in the
You're fine,
daytime.
Miss Margaret.
Damn.
Weren't you with the
Daytime's awesome.
werewolf?
And I should tell you,
Yeah.
actually, with Jerry bringing up my father, he's not exactly aware of our conditions.
Who's your daddy?
And what does he do?
Wait, he's still here?
I thought he left. No, he's still here.
To be fair, his sleep schedule has normalized more, so you rarely see him because he is
yeah,
sleeping right
Dad,
now.
we're gonna have adventures in the basement. Don't ask questions. We're playing D&D down here.
He's quite the salesman, and you'll see him early morning, late evening. So please, mum's the word for that.
The salesman? All right.
Peter.
Yeah.
Peter Miller.
All right. So, what now?
You want to help us clean up this mess? That's what.
I'm going to go to bed, but after that, I think I'll head to the Chantry. Perhaps Rita can help me do some research on these, hooded figures.
Well, yeah, you want to come with me to the docks? See if we can meet our old friend Bucko.
He seemed to think that he wouldn't be around for a little bit and wouldn't be making any more trips. No, loads. I don't like that either. I sorry.
I can show
all
you.
the horny jail emotes are.
Horny jail!
You've got a couple hours until dawn, so making another trip out might not be a good idea.
No, I'm not saying right now. We're gonna sleep now. But yeah, you can come with me to the docks and we can sort out this situation with Bucko. Right?
For what? I don't know. Yeah.
Am I drinking this or what?
No, that's for me. Heading downstairs, getting drunk, then going to bed.
Y'all didn't ask before, but the Charlene or whatever, she left a note. Said that the Ventrue census is coming along. Full stop.
Did any of the others
Nope.
contact you? Lovely. It's just what we want to hear.
I'm working on it, Miss Evelyn. At Gangrels. I'm working on it.
Of course, there are other clans that seem to have representatives that just refuse to contact us, and it's running a government is hard.
I could talk to him.
Getting this set up is hard. I don't want to run it. I just want it to function.
I mean, like, I can go around talking to him, and like, Leon, if you want to come, not to the
I was
dogs.
going to politely suggest that I come with the talking.
Yeah,
That's-
absolutely.
That's what I do.
I'll take Abigail, show her around the docks, maybe get some more signatures for that sign-in sheet you gave me, and then
Census, but yes.
we can meet you, Leon, at the feeding pit. So you can show Abigail a good time. You can be all up and fancy and push, and then we can go talk to some folks.
So you're, why does it have to be talk like that? Can we ever just talk to people?
Oi, we'll try your way first, and then
Thank you.
then we can try my way. Miss Evelyn, what will you be doing during that? You want to come?
I mean, I'm sure
No,
I could find something more useful that I could do. It's all right.
I mean, I know you've got a whole gang to lead, so
Yes. I shall send them on some errands and maybe get some information on this cult, perhaps, but they can do that. I wouldn't mind tagging along.
sweet. We'll make a day of it, or not of it. Yeah, so we'll try Leon, and then we'll try Miss Evelyn's way, and then if push comes to shove,
Please don't.
Doing it Jerry's
Please
way.
don't blow anybody else up. That's all
Look.
I ask.
she ran into my fist and
10
blew up.
times?
All right. No,
That's not.
All
No
right.
repeats of any past endeavors.
Let me just so I know where you all are in case someone comes asking. We got Octavia going to the Chantry. Jerry
we're
and
not
the new,
allowed to go there no more.
Jerry and the new girl are gonna go talk to the captain,
Yeah, my old friend Bucko.
and Leon and Evelyn gonna go talk to this Charlene, or
Yes. I will say if Anne happens to ask about where I am, tell her I am doing business dealing with Shalone, and that I will see her after, just because I know there's unnecessary beef there, and I don't want that to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Can I get,
get
like,
all
an
that?
Whatever
The
you
room
say.
goes tense, Abigail. The whole room tenses up.
Can I get an insight on that? I want to know if she's like, yeah, sure. If she's like, I'm gonna tell her. Like,
Give me a
It's business. I'm doing business.
give me a wits and insight.
okay. What is my freaking insight? Okay, I only have one. Cool. That is 3.
It's that was a very heavy but you think that it's more just used to it than gonna try to blow up Leon's scene or anything.
Bot implies I'm doing something wrong.
I will raise an eyebrow curiously and leave it at that then.
Oh my God.
Right.
I've done nothing wrong.
I love Casper DMing this to me. As you're all figuring out, you hear violent retching. I'm hoping into the bucket.
Into the bucket.
So it's like echoey.
You know this is good gin, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just something with my stomach today.
Today.
You are not built to do this.
Not yet.
I like kind of saunter over to Marguerite and kind of like whisper, I'm like, we should really just get a cheap bottle and keep it there for him so you don't have to waste.
She looks incredibly offended at the idea of having a cheap bottle in the office.
Yeah.
Just
Jerry's
for
gonna
you.
stand up and just
I
wipe his
whispered
mouth.
it and you're violently retching. You did not hear that.
I hear cheap gin and I stop.
Marguerite
Oh my God.
stands up, and Abigail, you see her like full presence now. She is a hefty woman, and her boobs are just pushed up, almost choking her. And she looks to you and
Gel.
Yo, is she
So
thick?
much.
Is she thick?
pretty thick. New girl, do you need me to make up a room for you?
I hate to impose, and I do.
We've had a
have...
recent vacancy, so the room is pretty much available.
Well, that
Oi.
sounds
Oi.
ominous as hell.
She's coming back eventually.
Just traveling for now. We might as well make use of the room.
Yes, as long as we do not redecorate, I did promise.
You seem
I
like
take
a girly girl, kind of like sarcastically.
I take a look outside. How much time is there? Do you think I can make it? Do I think I can make it to the boat?
You could, yes.
I really appreciate the offer, but I was just entrusted with this nice thing, and I should probably go and check on it.
Fair enough.
All right.
Safe travels. Do you?
I will be at the docks by darkness time.
Yeah, I'll see you. I will see you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh.
Forgive him.
Yeah, it's forgotten. Okay. I bid you adieu, and I'll give another bow. And I will. Yeah, I'll try my best to run back to the boat.
All
Once
right.
you leave, I think there's like some silence, and then Evelyn's just like, I think we made a great first impression.
Jerry, head still in the bucket. Thumbs up.
I think in the midst of all of this chaos, Leon has put on like a white apron and is cleaning the water up. Someone needs to do it. No one else in this house is gonna.
Oh,
do
I
it.
thought you were gonna be cleaning the blood
I thought
vomit
you
off
were
the
gonna-
door.
No, I'm doing the
okay.
water. I'm
Yeah.
doing the water. Jerry said he's got that. He's a big man. He can take care of his own.
And
When I gather myself, I won't put on an apron. I'll just take off my vest and start cleaning up the bloody mess I made.
and as
I
we
think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Octavia is gonna turn in, so she heads downstairs to her bedroom, goes over to her desk with Prophet, and starts rummaging through a few different bottles that she has before finding a flowery scented oil that she was looking for, and she like puts it down on the table and lays out a new outfit for the day. For the next evening, and turns in early.
Nice. What is Evelyn doing? Is Jerry and Leon are cleaning up?
I think I will try to avoid the bloody mess because I'm assuming it's staying in the bucket, but sooner or later that bucket's gonna fill up. So I'm gonna just a wide berth, just go over the other way there. I think Evelyn is going to see if, because I'm assuming Imogen had like watering cans or something, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
they would. I feel like Evelyn would go and attempt to tend to some of these plants before turning in, just like kind of holding on to that, like this is what she would want,
Oh,
that like wholesome, like we need to make her proud type thing, and then head to bed.
most of the flowers have been struggling a bit in the last month or two. But there is one flower that still is holding pretty strong, and that is the one that blooms under the light of the moon. And as you water that and head to bed in your dungeon, Jerry and Leon successfully cleaning, we will zoom away as we see Abbigail just booking it through the city back to the docks in her brand new boat, making it with time to spare before the sun comes up. And we see standing across from the entrance of the IOU, arriving some time in the morning, a shadowed figure, slender and very proper standing, holding a somewhat frilly umbrella to block them from the sun. Stands there for several hours, unmoving. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
No one's allowed a frilly umbrella but me.
Creepy at all.
What the heck?
Still for hours? That's a feat. That's hard to do.
How dead are
You
they?
gotta move.
How dead are they?
On a
You got a
scale.
podcast on? Like, dang.
Hey everybody, this was a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun. Thank you very, very much for joining us. We are so happy to be back doing this, and you watching us means the world to us. If you enjoyed yourself and you want to show your support, the best way to do it is by heading on over to patreon.com/tabletop titties. When you become a patron, you get access to so many different things. You get special bonus episodes, one-shots, mini-series, polls that can affect the game, so many things. We also have a merch store. If you saw tonight's episode and you went, damn, that character art is super, super cool, I need to put it on a t-shirt like I did. Or if you see Kelly's retro blanket with our old logo and you're like, yo, I better get that because it's vintage, baby. You need to go on over to tabletoptitties.threadless.com and check out all of the different things that we have there for you. Last but not least, make sure to go and follow us on social media at Tabletop Titties. And if you tweet using the hashtag TTTitties, you can get an NPC named after you in any of our main shows. You can find all of his info on our website at www.tabletoptitties.com. And remember, when we say titties, it is with double D's. And we shall see you in 2 weeks. Because you have to wait that long.
Yeah.
Because we're every other week now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mental health.
Yeah.
You just sit with that lady who's standing there that long. For 2 weeks, she's just standing there, not moving.
Oh.
Okay, bye. That's it.
Bye.